I started a team early this year. So basically it's called TC Development. Started in January, just the start of January. So it's a race team for race enthusiasts. Not really an elite race team, but mainly for riders who are just new and then they want to try out in racing, mainly in Southeast Asia or in Singapore. It's from Approved Cycling. Am I facing the logo? Right. A few gifts.
Thank you. This for me, right?
Yeah, everything's for you.
Ooh, this is Approved Cycling.
We get our gels, our energy bar.
Can I wear this now?
Yeah, you can wear it now.
I don't think this is my size, by the way. Oh my god, I can't see. Okay. And in return, do I get some more freebies?
Yeah. In case you need to give me more gels or something. Wow, my first bike, everyone will agree with me this
Giant
Polygon.
Oops. Polygon.
No, for real, it's Polygon. Because the price point is good. This thing, I think it's not a tip, but just an advice for everyone. Because every bike is different. The climbing bikes itself are less stiff. Like the aero bikes and all that, right? They are stiffer. Those, especially used for crates and all that, they're harsher. Like for Swift, like they have a story of their own. Well, actually mostly team frames and the colors are unique. So so I would prefer team frames, but then again, I think it'll be harder to sell. Is it I don't know it's because way too unique. A lot of people
and it's very dated,
like
and it's like a team that was established maybe 10 years ago and they're no longer here.
Yeah,
and then people are like, what's this color about, right?
Yeah, true.
Why mechanical? What are the odds on moving to Di2 E-Tab? Well, that answers the second part already. You're going to Di2, true. But initially, why mechanical? On the seat angle, this guy says it looks like a neck pain. You're going to get a lot of neck pains and hand numbness guaranteed.
Wow, is it a bike fitter?
Is this frame UCI certified? I used to think who in the world would buy that ugly ass Bartape. Now I know.
Walao.
Do you regret buying this bike? Where is the OSPW?
OSPW?
PC, welcome to my Oompa Loompa show.
Actually, that's surreal, last time I was watching on YouTube, and now I'm here.
Okay. And we conversed a little bit on Instagram, and I first came to know you personally over at OCBC. You were racing for AMD. Yeah.
Okay. At that time, I think I was talking about finish line. And then I think there was a lot of people who feedback to me that finish line was I could get a better loop than finish line. I think at the point where the race was starting, I don't know what I'm talking about.
I'm here at the National Stadium in Singapore. Today is the 6th of May. It's the OCBC Cycle 2023. As you can see behind me, I see a lot of pro guys here. Today is the Speedway Championships where all the fast riders in Singapore are coming to race head to head.
So I use finish line. So to me, the dry loop, that one is good enough.
So I'm using Rock and Roll, the golden loop. I finally Googled it and then I'm using the gold loop. Just in case, if anyone needs to know.
By the way, for people who are watching, maybe let's start off with a bit of introduction before we go on to OCBC and the loop that you're using. People might not know who you are. Maybe give us a bit of introduction.
Okay, so my name is TC. So Ting Chun, so not really TC. I started a team early this year. So basically, it's called TC Development. Started in January. Just the start of January. So it's a race team for race enthusiasts. Not really an elite race team, but mainly for riders who are just new and then they want to try out in racing, mainly in Southeast Asia or in Singapore. Yeah.
You said this is more of like a passion project for you.
Yeah, so previously I used to be a youth coach for about 3 years. So after that 3 years, I decided to come back to riding, racing a bit more. Then I have a few trainees who was with me previously who came out, and then after that we set up a team together. After that, yeah.
Okay. So you personally, for you, you've done a lot of racing for yourself?
Started about 2017.
Okay.
But mainly the Southeast Asian region, which is like mainly the standard Batam, Bintan, Malaysia, Thailand, yeah, this type of areas are Phuket. Yeah.
You trying to hide something under your shirt?
I was like so comfortable in holding this cushion.
So TC Dev.
Yeah, this
TC Dev.
merchandise not for sale.
I
only got one.
You only got one?
Yeah, I only got one.
Oh my god.
Printed,
so even your race guys don't even have a shirt?
Yeah, okay, so this is actually used for gym. Then we only printed a few, so yeah, hopefully we will have some merchandise going on soon. Yeah.
Okay, I can give you back the pillow if you want to keep it.
Need to show my brand.
Okay, so TC Dev is a passion project meant for race enthusiasts.
Yeah.
Can I go in? Can I join?
Okay, so stop that. Okay, so the thing is, it's not a club lah. I'm not trying to set up as a club. So I actually limit to a number of riders because again I have to be in charge of all these riders. So right now I'm set at 10 riders at the moment. I'm trying to see whether we can increase the number or not. But then right now we are just stuck at. we are just staying at 10 riders at the moment.
And how do you handpick these 10 guys?
Okay, so some of these riders, basically we have an intro ride. So I open up a recruitment window for like 1 or 2 weeks.
Oh, this one like SQ cabin crew.
Yeah. So mainly is to, okay, so to me, right, like from the start when I was a youth development coach, the most important thing is whether you can vibe with each another. A bit no point if like everyone's very strong but then everyone's doing different things. So I think most importantly is everyone, like the people that we pick are committed to train and they can vibe with each another. The amazing thing right now is that the age varies between everyone. Like I have riders as young as 20. I have riders as young as they are uni students. We have adults at 35, working adults, they have kids, this sort of thing. So the amazing thing is, and my point is, like everyone can vibe with each another. As a team.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, sorry, what's the selection criteria?
The selection criteria is mainly they can vibe with each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so is this an all year round recruitment process or?
Okay, for now, because we are all very busy with our race schedules, so I mainly try every 6 months. For now, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so if we have slots open, then we will open to to everybody else.
And it's not like a full-time thing, right? It's just more like a, people who just want to race during their spare time, or is this like a full-time commitment that they need to commit?
Full-time commitment. So most of them, they commit. Okay, not full-time, as in full-time as in like professional riders or
yeah, because it's like people, you say they might be fathers, right? They're working people, so this is obviously not a full-time thing. But how do you ensure that they are committed to this? Like,
okay, so the main thing is they have to be committed on weekends. I think that's the only time where we can all meet up as a team. The rest of the weekdays, we do have like occasional sports where we ride together or do smash rides together. Some of them, they have their own training program. So yeah, it's a bit hard for us to build commitment in this level.
Yeah.
But, mainly, I try to keep the team together on the weekends.
Okay. And how do you finance this? You yourself, you have a full-time job as well. How do you manage all this and the financing part of it?
So the whole team itself is self-funded. So mainly I can't say I charge now, but they they will pay like per month. For students it's $20, for adults it's $50. So all these funds, right, will go to a team fund, and it will help us finance things like nutrition, like we have team dinners, quarterly team building events, this type of thing. Yeah. So
and you're running this solely by yourself. You don't have someone who's helping you out.
The whole team is helping me out because again, I don't have a lot of experience in a lot of things like social media, how to post content, this type of thing. And,
you can hire me.
What? Okay, I mean, like, you hard selling a lot of times, eh? Okay, no, but the fantastic thing is, I think because everyone, I mean, like their career, like the things that their profession or what they are studying in it varies lah. Like for me, it's supply chain and logistics, but for some of my boys, they are in business. Some of them they do social media content. So basically, everyone will have a role and a part to play in the team. Yeah.
Okay, and tell us about sponsorships. You have a couple of sponsors, I believe.
We are really blessed. I mean, I have to put it up front because mainly when we start the team with like this, like okay, we are just doing races on our own and all that. We are pretty blessed to get a few sponsors in our team. So one of our sponsors, so I will name probably my sponsors out. One of it is Ascend Wheels. They sponsor our rims for the team. Then we have Approved Cycling. They do they do our apparel like socks, helmets, sunglasses like what I'm wearing now. You can buy it online. And then I have Secret Training. They help us with our nutrition. I think they have a gift for you actually.
Yeah, see, Chris from Secret Training.
Awesome, right? You invite me and then you get gifts.
Yeah, you gave me a bottle as well. Thank you for that.
And
this is from
Approved Cycling. Am I facing the logo? Right. Yeah. So these are a few gifts.
Thank you.
I would
These
like
for me,
to present to you. Yeah, everything's for you.
Ooh, this is Approved Cycling.
Yeah, awesome. So these are from Secret Training.
Oh, awesome.
So mainly, right, we get our gels, our energy bar.
Can I wear this now?
Yeah, you can wear it now.
The last time, so Chris runs Secret Training here in Singapore. I interviewed him. He was wearing this jersey, I believe. I don't know if I can wear this. Hold on. It's going to be a bit of a challenge. I don't think this is my size, by the way. Oh my god, I can't see. Okay. My mask still on.
Yeah.
That one is the most important.
Your identity is still protected.
Okay. All right, Chris, this is for you, man. And in return, do I get some more freebies?
Yeah. Chris, you need to give me more gels or something. One gel and one bar is not enough. They help us with our nutrition. Mainly the gels, the bars, the electrolyte tablets. So so do check out the website. I mean, if you need nutrition, especially as cyclists, we need gels. And they, among all the gels that we tried, these are one of the better gels that it's easier for us to digest.
Right. So this is
it's for you.
Thank you. I remember doing this. I did a bit of photo shoot for Chris for Secret Training. These were the gels, and I took it there. It's like dripping all over my face. And, it was almost like an X-rated photo shoot.
Yeah, I was wondering what was that, man.
Okay, so they sponsor you nutrition and for your team.
Yep. And then so basically, right, end to end, like we have a lot of other sponsors that help us as well. Like our kit is actually designed by Mayhem Fix. I don't have it at the moment, but you can check it out on Instagram.
Mayhem Fix is a fixed gear.
Yeah, they do fixed gears. Right. So they do have a lot of like very cool designs, like t-shirts, merchandise, and all that. So we're quite lucky. Actually, we bought a few things from them, and then we realized that their design quite cool. So we asked them if they can design a kit for us. So even the colorway and all that was actually brought up by him. So that's why I have to really emphasize like how blessed we are, like from end to end. Like even nutrition, we got it covered. Design of the kit, wheels, some of our apparel or merchandise. It's amazing. Even like, I have to keep mentioning our sponsors. Like even coffee places, like we have a cafe which we end at, and then they give us a really good discount. It's at Hook's Coffee. So if y'all can go La Pasat, like they open very early at 8:30, then their coffee is pretty legit.
Are you saying that because they're sponsoring you?
No, the coffee is really good. That's what. The coffee is really good. And La Pasat, like they have a lot of things open like in the morning. It's really like a really good endpoint for cyclists.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people didn't know, like when you go in La Pasat, like at this time of hour when people finish their ride like 8:30, 9, they worry nothing is open, but actually a lot of like breakfast spots are open around that area.
Okay. I've got a very sensitive question to ask you. I know this is we haven't reached the bike yet, but we'll get there. Because I haven't interviewed someone who actually does this like a passion project, something like what I'm doing. Right, I've got a day job, and this is just for fun. More on the finances, right?
Yeah.
It is a bit difficult because you are doing this out of passion. Sometimes you just have to dip into your own pockets and to fund this, right? When you get sponsors on board, are you very picky to who you want to get sponsored by? So for example, maybe you don't believe in a certain product, but they are willing to come and pay you cash. Will you then change your mindset and like, okay, you know what guys, I'm sponsored by these guys, I'm going to take it?
Okay, so the thing is, when I set this team up, right, it has to be fair because I don't want to play favoritism. Like, although I'm in charge of the team, because every member pay, like they do pay a membership, they are part of the team, they do have some empowerment, so I gave them the rights to vote. So most of these sponsors that we have, right, is up for voting. It has to be fair, because if I were to do that, then a lot of things I would, there will be favoritism here and there, which is something I want to eliminate.
Okay. Let's move on to the bike. Okay, before I go on to the bike, how long have you been cycling?
I've been cycling for 10 years.
Because I know you just revealed to me your real age just now before I turned on the camera.
20. We same age, same age, 40. Okay, I'm 40 years old. I'm turning 40 years old.
Okay. Yeah. And 10 years old, you actually started a bit late, right?
Yeah, I started when I was in my 30s. I caught on a bit late. So initially I did marathons more, then I kind of like screwed up my knee after that. Like I did bought the wrong shoe. There's a lot of like factors to it where I injure myself because wasn't experienced in like doing marathons and all that. So after that, the doctor actually advised me to take up cycling. So during that time when I was I was doing like more park connector type of riding. Like my mom actually kind of like tell me that we can do it together. That's the main goal was for us to finish OCBC cycle. Yeah, please sponsor us OCBC cycle. But that's the truth. Like we use that as an event, as a bonding event for both of us. So after that, I just got a bit more serious. I found more groups to ride with, and like how everyone get into cycling. You get to meet people. You want to go a bit faster. Then after that, you move on to different teams. This type of thing. Yeah.
So when you first started out at 10 years ago, when you were in your 30s, what was the first bike?
Wow, my first bike. Everyone will agree with me. This
Giant
Polygon.
Polygon.
No, for real, it's Polygon. Cause the price point is good. Like when we started off, I can't speak for everyone. Like when we started riding, we don't know whether you want to splash that much or not. Then first thing will come in mind. Then you search on Carousel. You search. At the time, no Carousel, Togo parts. Then you search online. Then Polygon came to mind. Like the Groupset and all that is quite bang for buck. Is an aluminium frame. So then from there on, I kind of like upgraded myself up.
And would you say for newbies they should just go for super cheap bike? Advice to newbies who want to get into cycling.
Okay, advice for newbies. I think most important is this is a very, very tough question.
What would you have done differently when you have started?
What would I have done differently?
Yeah.
I would have done the same thing. Like okay, then in my mind, really price point counts because again, right, you have to experience the sport first before you want to, like, even for running all that, you won't straight away splash like a few $100 on a very good pair of running shoes. You want to try out the sport and then you slowly upgrade from there lah. So my advice would be get a good aluminium frame, aluminium bike, then slowly upgrade from there lor.
Groupset?
Groupset minimum 105. Minimum 105. I did a lot of stupid things when I can't say young lah. When I was in my 30s, I started with the polygon, then I upgraded the polygon. Shouldn't be like that.
So what do you upgrade?
Should upgrade the whole bike. So my advice is after you got a bit more serious, maybe just upgrade the whole thing. Instead of bits and parts of it.
I think I can relate to that. So maybe this will resonate better with the younger folks who maybe are still in college. So when I picked up road biking in
20 years
college
ago.
days, I thought you said we are sitting through 20 years ago, haven't not born yet, bro. Anyway, when I was in college, so like you said, right, if you want to upgrade, then might as well just upgrade the whole damn bike. But I think it could be I don't have the money for that. So I started out with a TCR, and then of course you want to upgrade things, go a bit faster, right? As the first thing was the wheels, but people always advise me, hey, your bike's already so cheap, go and upgrade the whole thing, it'll be much more cheaper, right? Sell the whole bike and get that. But the thing is money, right? Am I going to find that money?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so then I upgraded parts slowly, but I know it's going to be expensive in the long run when you look at it totality, right? It's so much more expensive because you are changing the wheels, then you change the frame and everything. But I get to enjoy the process of trying different parts slowly and feeling that upgrade. Okay,
Agreed.
so then you've got Polygon, and then what happened after that, and how do you arrive to this?
I got a Cat 10. These are all beginner bikes, the starter bikes. I think if you started riding, okay, at that time, it's always you get a Polygon, then the next upgrade is either a very good aluminium bike or a cheaper carbon bike lah. So I got a Cat 10. Then I only ride for a while. Then I got a Lapierre. It's a very, very, very unknown brand at that moment at the time lah. Because I think at that time there's only a shop that bring in that. It's a Lapierre Zelius. Rode that for about 4 or 5 years. So for me, right, I always get those very weird brands because I like the paintwork on bikes. I think that's most important. I didn't really go for brandings. Then I got after the Lapierre, I got a bike called Ritter, RITTE. And then I was using that, and then switched to this. Yeah.
Okay, let's not waste any more time.
Cool.
Tell us about this one.
Wow. Okay. I have been using climbing bikes for damn long, very, very long. Cause I think that, so this thing, right, I think it's not a tip, but just an advice for everyone. Cause every bike is different. The climbing bikes itself are less stiff. The aero bikes and all that, right, they are stiffer. Those, especially used for crates and all that, they're harsher. I haven't been using this type of bikes for forever. I think it's my first bike. Previous bikes are all climbing bikes. So this bike, right, is from South Africa. It's called Swift Hypervox. It's an older model, 2016. So it's not really a climbing frame. They use it for rolling hills, criteriums, and all that. So I got it actually quite cheap, about maybe $700 for the frame. For the frame only for the frame.
That's cheap.
Yeah, that's cheap. Then I went to research more on this frame. So I contacted the founder called Mark Blewett. He's not with the brand anymore, but I get more information from him . So this frame itself, it used to be from the Swift Drapac team. So there used to be a UCI Conti team or Pro Conti. So it was their aero bike. So basically this was my first aero frame.
And what's your height?
Okay, my height is 1.8.
1.8.
The frame is a size 51. And I compensate it with a 130mm stem.
Should people go for smaller sized frames?
Wow, say, as a fitter here.
But people I interviewed, they do say that if you're in between sizes, always go for the smaller one.
Yeah, okay, so my previous frame, the Lapierre frame, was actually too big. Like I got okay, so they have they had like based on height they have like a recommended size. So I just went for the recommended size. So I got a size 55. But the thing is, the top tube was way too long. Then when I went to fit, right, like they gave me a 90mm stem. Then it was like really like when I'm racing, right, like it's kind of really hard for me to do my corners or turns and this sort of thing. So as I move on, I tried to use a smaller frame. Then I think it helps in like when I want to do like when I need to corner, then it's way better.
Okay. Why did you get a Swift bike, by the way? Why did you get this frame?
When?
Why?
Oh, why? Okay, as I said, I like those. Okay, one, I like thin frames. Two is I like those. Where the colorway is a bit more different from the rest. So I'm not like a person who goes for branding and all that, but I just like the colorway and the frame paint on it. Yeah.
Recently I was browsing frames, itchy taking a shit. Just browsing Carousel, right? So I came across this Cervelo S5 in the MTN Quebeca color.
Oh, the silver one.
Yeah, it's the silver and gold one. It was nice.
Yeah. It is on my, like on Carousel, like you have to like it. Then, like it's on my shortlist.
Yeah, and that was the time 2015, right? That the frame was a 2015 frame, and like you said, I also like to go for frames that are probably limited edition, the team colorway. So I saw that frame and it came with, I think, a Campy Groupset. The guy was selling it as a full bike. Campy Groupset and also lightweight wheels. First of all, I just asked him, can I just buy the frame set because I don't want Campy. I've heard things about people saying, if you crash, then it's going to be a problem. It's so expensive.
Italian heritage.
Yeah. So not for me. I want something like a Toyota. I think so. I'm going to step on Shimano there. And then the wheel set, I think he said it was tubular only.
Ooh.
So that was already a put off, right?
Yeah.
So I just wanted the frame, and then I posted on my Discord. Join my Discord, by the way. I asked people that how much do you guys think this frame will cost? So the guy was, I think, wanting to sell me the frame only for 3.5k. And mind you, this is a 2015
and it's a rim brake model.
Yeah, I wanted to go back to rim. People say it was a bit expensive because for a 2015 frame and it's a bit dated already, it shouldn't be even worth anything more than 3,000.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, team frames are nice, man. I love team frame colors.
Yeah.
It makes you extra legit.
Yeah, it's okay. It's unique. Actually, I was looking at the MTN Quebeca. Okay, so what I believe, like for myself, what I believe is that every frame, especially team frames, they have a story of their own. Like because like for Swift, like they have a story of their own. Well, actually mostly team frames and the colors are unique. So so I would prefer team frames, but then it's again, I think it'll be harder to sell. Like is it like I don't know like it's because way too unique. A lot of people
and it's very
don't
dated,
like
and it's like a team that was established maybe 10 years ago and they're no longer here.
Yeah,
and then people are like, what's this color about, right?
Yeah, true.
And you said this was actually this team was sponsored by Sram. That's why you might see powered by Sram here.
Yeah,
Where's
so
the
doesn't
Sram?
match.
Where's the Sram?
Okay, at least got the Zipp screen stamp there.
Yeah.
So I think it counts for something.
Okay, so this is a R8000 mechanical.
So R8000 mechanical, but I mix mash with a lot of random parts. Like, so I use parts to the core, like until like it's to failure lah. The brakes is 6800. The shifter is R8000. So once they start to break apart, then I'll start to okay lah. I think it's time to change lah. So right now the 6800 brakes haven't failed me at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you have a Q ring.
Wah.
Why?
Why? Cause it looks cool.
But does it make difference? Do you feel
That's
it makes a
already
difference?
okay, makes difference. Okay. Wow, if I'm gonna start with that, because dead spot all that, I think you won't feel it until you ride it lah. Okay, it works on the climbs, but if I were to do like flatter races, like the OCBC and all that, right? If I were to spin on this, like I won't have the. I can't tell for sure whether the chain will drop off, like will drop or not. So, yeah, lor. But for climbing for longer rides, I think it's pretty apt lah. Yeah.
So, try to explain to me the sensation of climbing on a Q ring or O ring.
Wow.
Oval, sorry. Yeah. How does it feel like?
I realized that when I'm on the I've been using Q ring for like when I got my first bike, it came with a Q ring. Like I forgot what brand was it. Like it was a Korean brand called Dover or something. Then, cause I got so used to it already. Actually, I changed to. There was some rides where I had to change it to compact, and I couldn't get it, so I just bought the rounded, the Shimano ones. Then I didn't get used to it, cause I think my cadence was higher and the ride feel was weight was very different. So in the end, I just keep using Q rings. Yeah.
Okay. What other goodies do you have on the bike?
What other goodies? Okay, so this one I have to mention. I'm using wheel hinges on my wheel. Like although I spoke that our team is sponsored by Ascend, because I'm using rim brakes, right? So, and my bike is a bit dated so right now I'm using wheel hinges. The hubs itself is the proprietary to them, so they actually designed and created the hubs. So I cannot really mention, it's under this brand called Velotechnic. I cannot go into specific on the technical side of it lah. Yeah. So
how are these wheels?
So the wheels I've been using for at least a month or two. It's actually not that bad. And the thing is, most importantly, to me, right, I've been using quite a few rims myself lah, from MVs to local brands like Wheel Angel and Zipp. I think most important is the after service, like the reliability and after service of it lah. And Wheel Angel actually, if I have any issues, and they would help out immediately. Most of the time the service itself is really legit lah.
How much are these wheels?
Wow, say.
Retail.
Wow, retail.
Yeah.
Okay. Hard to say that.
Should I skip this question?
Yeah, I think you should skip this question because he gave me a special price.
But do you know the retail price?
Right now I'm not sure if he's still selling the wheels or not. Okay. So that's the thing. I cannot quote the
People
price.
can just go online and check what's the price.
Yeah.
Okay. But how do you think local wheel manufacturers compete in the world stage? Like Ascend, I know I interviewed QX. Do you think it's worth the price? Like, why would I pay money for a local brand that, let's say if it's the price, it's almost as comparable to a Zipp wheel or whatever, right?
Okay, so besides like supporting the local businesses, especially when we talk about wheels, right, the after service, the one is very important, because like if there's any issues, if let's say I can't quote any brand, but if I'm using a brand like maybe a more popular brand or that, if let's say if I have to service it and I have to service it, then I don't know, like the customer service and all that probably a bit different, I guess.
Okay. So far so good for the wheels?
Yeah, so far so good.
Review is good?
Yeah, review is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pedals, these are Look. What?
Look Q.
Looks like a very old one, man.
Yeah, it's quite old.
It's like a monocoque carbon though. It's like one piece carbon here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so I quite cheaper one, because I already tell you, like, as long as something breaks, then I will I will just replace it with whatever I can find lah. Like if you look properly, I like even my power meter, the crank arm is 105. So again, I use things to failure, and then I make sure like everything is used to the max lah. So previously I was using Rotor Q 2 or something like the non-carbon ones. It got, I think the bearings got worn out. Then I had a friend who'd been using this, didn't like it, so I just bought it off from him. I think like
Why look though?
cheap.
Oh, I
It's
mean,
made in France, eh?
Oh, okay.
No. I mean, okay lah. Again, okay. So for me, right, I look pedals last longer. Like they are sorry, it's not pedals. Their cleats last longer. So I've been like most of the cleats like last me quite some time before it wears out lah.
Right.
But the cons is the bearings itself. I think there was a few times like it's pretty like it wears out quite fast compared to the Shimano ones.
okay. And another thing that I spotted is your cycling computer. It's not a very fancy one. It's a small mini Garmin. This one something, right?
Yeah.
Which model is it?
Garmin 130.
130.
So a lot of people when they hold it, right, they thought like, why is this a miniature version of like a 530? Like it's a 130.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I'm training or racing like I don't have a lot of data on my Garmin. So the main things that I would have is like power per 3 seconds, like the very distance, speed, heart rate. So there's not a lot of info on it. And then Garmin 130, it has enough space to put all this data in. So it's sufficient for me to either train or race. So yeah.
But when you're racing, right, you don't even have time to look down and look at this, and more so that this is so small.
Yeah.
It's so hard to read. Like people I interview where they have like Wahoo, what's the bigger one? Is it called Rome? The big one. And then I'm like, why do you need such a big one? It's like, I like the bigger screen. But you on the other hand, it's so small.
Okay, I also budget lah. Cause I used to have a 520 lah. So practicality, right? Like if I have to pay for that price, then I was like looking if I can live with like this space. So initially that was one of my concerns. Like suddenly the thing becomes so small, I have to like screen. But after racing, right, like after racing with it, right, I got used to it already. So yeah, it's not that bad lah. Yeah.
Okay. Then we were earlier at the beginning of this podcast, we were talking about the loop that you were using.
Yeah.
So when I interviewed you, you said
you so last minute. Oh man, I was like, the first thing that came to my mind. That's why I was like saying, like, what's that gold loop? Like I was like thinking, damn long, what is that brand? It's Rock and Roll. I have to Google it. Yeah, Rock and Roll.
So you're using Rock and Roll.
Yeah, I use Rock and Roll.
Why aren't you on wax?
Sorry?
Why aren't you on wax?
Wow. I'm back. You see my whole bike so dated already. Like I have no idea on like how wax is. So I've been using loop for very long. If it works, it works. Yeah. Most of the things to me, right, like okay, if it works, it works. Like my saddle is Fizik. So I've been using Fizik Arione since I started riding. So to me, like, if it works, I'm not going to change it. Yeah.
Okay. How much do you train in a week?
I try to hit 10 hours.
10
hours.
By hours,
yeah.
Okay.
10 hours.
Do you have the time to do that?
Wow. Okay. I work from home now. I don't know my boss will see this or not, so you cut it off. Okay, I don't know. But so for weekdays I try to do more specific training sessions. I have training peaks, so most of my sessions I can do indoor. So then there's some of the rides, if I can make it, then I will do for those group smash rides, which is like maybe on a Thursday or something. So mainly my training schedule, like Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, then usually Sundays if I squeeze in a recovery ride. Then Monday I will add in some gym sessions like for strength and conditioning.
Okay. Anything else before I move on to IG Q&A? Maybe just last wrap about your bike specifically. Anything that you would change? I heard a new bike might be coming along as well.
Wow, yeah lor, I do this bike no justice. I still love it. But if anyone wants to buy, can come find me. Okay. So I'm buying a this big bike like maybe in 1 or 2 weeks time, like for my birthday lah. High time to upgrade already. The 12-speed Di2, disc brake, like gao lah, one time good one. Like I've been using rim brakes since like beginning of time lah. Like since I started racing, then at the time didn't believe that this brake will work. I don't really like Di2 also. Mechanical can go all the way, but I think we got to move. Like we got to upgrade also lah. Yeah.
Okay. So you go into the dark side.
Yeah lor. All of us I have to cave in sooner or later. Yeah.
Next time we'll get you back on, and then you get your opinion. What do you think of disc brake, the electronic Groupset, right? Totally the opposite of what you have right now. How you own this bike for some time already?
The frame I actually got it only last year.
Okay. Yeah. So fast, I'm going to make the upgrade.
Okay, to be fair lah, I don't know if anyone will agree. Like because as the bike industry goes, right, like there's a lot of things, right, like for rim brake bikes, especially for mine since it's 2016 model, I cannot fit in like maybe 28 tires. Like there's a lot of shortfalls So at some point, right, I feel there's a need to upgrade to keep up with the industry. And also, there'll be a lot of things that you can't try out like, and then if they discontinue things, that will be like the worst like you'll be parts missing and this type of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's just an excuse for you to upgrade. Okay, I want to ask you some IG questions submitted by my followers. Okay.
I'm married. If anyone's interested, I'm taken already.
Okay, first one. Why mechanical? What are the odds on moving to Di2 E-Tab? Well, that answers the second part already. You're going to Di2, but initially, why mechanical?
Okay, mechanical one is easier to service lah. If I go to a shop, then a lot of people know what to do with it. I can go to any shop. Like they know like how to service it, and two, the parts is cheaper. Like if let's say my cassette is worn out or the chain is worn out, things that is worn out is cheaper for me to get. Like if shifters like for Di2 is worn out, right, or like it's spoiled, then I'm paying a lot just for shifters. So this was one of the points that I got because I wanted a mechanical. The reason why I wanted a mechanical Groupset.
Okay.
Yeah.
On the seat angle, this guy says it looks like a neck pain. You're going to get a lot of neck pains and hand numbness guaranteed.
Wow, say, is it a bike fitter? Okay, so that's why actually I need a bike fit sooner or later but
weekend bike fitter is raising his hand.
Since the new bike is coming all the way, I fit this, then new bike I also fit a bit, like that's not very practical, so try to tahan a bit
So you didn't go for bike fit?
Like when I race, I think my right arm gets a bit numb or this sort of thing.
So you didn't do a bike fit at all?
No, for this bike no.
Okay, and then you slammed everything.
I slammed everything. The Cheapo is like quite insane. Yeah lor, and 130mm stamp. Yeah. Okay. So time for a fit. Seriously, time for a fit. Yeah, that's a good question.
Shout out to weekend bike fitter Gary. Yeah. So you know where to find him.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Yeah. Is this frame UCI certified?
It's UCI certified.
How important is the frame? Does it even matter whether frame is UCI certified for a weekend warrior?
Wow. Okay, for me, masters, I think it's not very necessary really, as you say, weekend warrior, but for riders like in the juniors, open category and all that, then I think it matters, especially when you're doing individual time trial or that. I think. And there are some races where it's UCI, they need to have UCI approved frames Yeah.
This is going to be a roast. I've been giving you easy questions, so this one's a roast. What Bartape is this?
Wow. Okay. Suddenly I have to think. Okay, it's called Cyclogy. I got it from Hello Bicycle. So shout out to Hello Bicycle.
Hello Bicycle over at they sell what kind of bikes? Those kind of like huge ass bikes with a curved handlebar.
They sell Tokyo bikes. They sell more leisure. Yeah. But they also sell e-bus helmets or boost helmets.
No, only Bras Basah, right?
Yeah, Bras Basah.
Okay,
I was thinking like, where is it?
So the roast is, I used to think who in the world would buy that ugly ass Bartape. Now I know.
Walao. It's not really ugly ass, like
It doesn't match the bike.
Okay, you don't have to match everything with the bike, right? Like it's black and white, like seriously, like you can match a lot of things with this Bartape. But my previous Bartape is from Sinelli, so it's almost the same. Like it has all the crazy designs on it. So yeah.
Okay. Do you regret buying this bike?
No. Okay, it took me a while to get used to it, cause the ride is very harsh. It's very stiff. Like if let's say right, like you ride a lot of bikes that are like climbing, or the geometry is like climbing geometry, the stiffness is more towards a climbing bike. Then suddenly you switch to something like this, right, or Aero, like even the LA Sprint, this type of bikes, right, then it's pretty hard to adjust to that. The ride will be very, very harsh. So it took me some time to get used to it, lah. Yeah.
Okay. Last two questions. I used to ask this question during my season 1. Where is the OSPW?
OSPW? Wow, say.
Since you said you bought Q-Ring because of looks, where's the OSPW?
I got some China, I don't know, is it like some China, you mean this, right?
Yeah.
Like it's from China, lah. I don't know where is this coming from. So previously, right, like the one that I got, which is Ultegra 6800, it got damaged. Then I just replaced with a China one. I mean, it works fine, like I don't have any issues with that. So I stuck to this.
Will you get an OSPW?
OSPW too overrated. Overrated.
And no
seriously, like overrated.
Last one for the day.
Yeah.
Hub review.
Hub review,
Yeah.
Are you going to spin the hub or what?
Yeah, later we will spin the hubs.
Yeah.
Good?
Can.
I guess in the hubs review is good, right?
Oh yeah. Later if we spin test.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the last free airtime. I'll give you 2 minutes if you have anything you would like to say to the internet.
Okay. So 2 minutes. Can or give me a bit more time.
Airtime. Okay.
Yeah, free airtime.
Up to you.
Okay, for all riders out there, like for those who are started out riding, especially I think during COVID, right, like there's a lot of new cyclists and all that. So I will urge, like, for those people who who came in during this time, during COVID, they got interested in riding, wanted to find a challenge or that, get into racing, get more exposure, going overseas to ride, this sort of thing, because sometimes when we are in Singapore, right, we can only ride that few places that much. So I would strongly suggest to everyone out there to have this as a challenge to yourself, lor. Yeah.
Okay. I was expecting you to hard sell your team, but
wow, I'm not
I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
Okay, and I would like to thank Secret Training for giving me the shirt and some thanks for the gels.
And Approved Cycling.
And Approved Cycling for the bottle. Thank you,
free
man.
stuff,
If anybody wants to sponsor me,
am I the first guest to give out free stuff? Awesome.
yeah, because Chris was the first one who gave me all these freebies.
Okay, second person to do that.
I think someone else. There might be people who have given me things. I just want to say that.
10th person.
Yeah, I love free things, man.
Yeah, free things the best.
Thank you so much, and let's film you and all the best with the racing team, and a round of applause for TC. Thank you. Thank you.
Siente como un trofeo quieres tenerme, pero I don't need no one. Que yo ya sé que de ti I got to stay, we got to stay away.